Okay. Hey guys. So this is a very, very personal video. Yeah. Not overly sure where to start with it. Basically, I'm going to present myself in my rawest form, I suppose. Yeah. In my streams, I try try to come across as very confident, very sure of myself, very sure of what I'm doing, and I'm not gonna say it's all an act. It's not, because when I'm gaming, I am probably the the best version of me, I guess. Because I'm in my element. I'm in something that I totally enjoy, and I take great pleasure in being able to share that. I know I am nowhere near the biggest streamer. I'm not even a mediocre streamer right now with or in terms of views and following and things like that, but I get a lot of enjoyment from anyone who does come watch me, and I do get to talk to anyone that follows, knowing that people are viewing my videos and things. I get a lot of enjoyment, and that really helps. But this video, like I said, is a difficult video to make, I suppose. I have just come back from the doctors, and I hate admitting this to people. I have suffered with it in the past. The fact that I am suffering quite badly with depression and anxiety. I'm even struggling to make eye contact with a camera at the moment. That's how bad I am today. There are definitely days where it's worse than others. There are days where I really struggle to like load up the PC and things. It got really bad a few months ago where I couldn't even go on the PC. I would literally just sit there and stare at nothing. It's resulted in me having to quit my job because I can't handle the pressures that I was associating with work. It's caused me to gain an awful lot of weight, and it's having a big, very, very negative impact on my life, which I don't necessarily want. I want to try and get out of this. And it was all going swimmingly. I was starting to get on top of it. I was starting to get on top of my life until about 2 weeks ago, where there was quite a serious incident at work, which caused me to have quite a bad reaction, and a very negative one, one that was potentially very dangerous to myself, and the doctors deemed that they didn't want me to go back to that place. Over the last few months, I've been going through various different psychological analyses. Basically, I'm getting tested for a lot of psychological aspects to see what's wrong. I have been officially diagnosed with depression and anxiety. It's quite severe on their scale. There is a name for the scale, but I forgot what it was. So yeah, I mean, I've been seen by a group which helps with therapy. I'm waiting for that. I've actually had cognitive behavioural therapy in the past for depression when I had a colossal breakdown about 5 years ago, because everything just went wrong. It's at the time that There was a lot of personal issues going on. I was in a very negative relationship. I had just gotten a house, and before we'd even moved in, it had gotten broken into. So there was lots of terrible kind of things happening in my life back then that resulted in this. I'm being beckoned by a kitty. Hang on. Come here, kitty. Come here. So yeah, that resulted in that, and they put me on antidepressants for... You want to get down again? You bored of me already. There we go. I was put on antidepressants then, and put into cognitive behavioural therapy, which is designed to reshape how you address certain situations, how you think about things, which I found really, really helpful. And kind of, I got over that. It really kind of brought out the better side of me. I was able to get out of that very emotionally negative relationship, and I was able to focus a bit more on me, and I thought that was it. I'd beaten it. I'd beaten the depressions. I'd beaten it, and it wouldn't rear its ugly head again. But since we sold the house 2-3 years ago, and moved back down to Dorset, I've had a lot of things happen. And they've all just kind of had a knock-on effect with my mental health, I guess. To the point that the doctor now deems it necessary that I need to be back on the antidepressants. I will be going back into cognitive behavioural therapy, but there is quite a long waiting list. So it's antidepressants first, which I had quite a bad reaction to last time I was on. And I found that they weren't the probably best solution. At the time, one of the things I always meant to kind of write down how they affected me, how I was feeling, kind of any negativity to associate with that. Sorry, my phone is going crazy for some reason. And I never got round to it, so I'm going to be doing that this time in the form of vlogs. I'm going to be documenting each day, and putting it up, and partly to raise some kind of, I don't know, awareness, let people know that, you know, they aren't on their own out there, that other people are suffering with low mood, with depression, with anxiety. I quite frequently have panic attacks when I'm in uncomfortable situations. I struggle to go into busy towns on my own now, and things like that. And you know, I'm the first time I went through this, I thought I was the only person. I know that's not true. I know lots of people are suffering with this, and I know that you can feel really alone while suffering with this. You can be surrounded by people who love you, and you will feel like the only person in the world, and it's horrible. But yeah, back to the thing. Undergo various testing and assessments to see what the best course of action was. I even went in for a psychoanalysis testing to see if I had any emerging signs of psychoses, with some of the side effects that I've been having, which have been a bit more severe. Happy to say I'm not. I am officially not a psycho. I have been tested. So I might get myself that Sheldon t-shirt. But yeah, so I'm going to be keeping these vlogs kind of part as almost a therapy for me until I'm able to get some help. Partly because I don't know. I'm not looking for sympathy or anything like that. I just want people to know what it's like especially with the medication side, because I think it's so easy to turn around and almost pass people off with medication. So like, oh, well, it's fine, this will help cure it. My cat is going crazy in the background. What are you doing? What are you doing, kitty? Just go here, this is fine, this will do it. I've got to be on this medication is designed to be taken over 6 to 8 months. Bear in mind that I am now unemployed as well, because I had to quit my job. I don't honestly know how this is going to affect us. We've got enough money from Rapal's job to tide us over, so that's not an issue. It's more the mental effects of not earning my keep, I suppose, not bringing in any money. That has quite a big effect on how I perceive my role in the world, I suppose. So I mean, I want to make the Twitch thing work. I want that sub button, and I want that to be my living, because that's where I am happiest. I am happiest when I'm immersed in video gaming, or talking about video games, or general geeky culture, when I'm putting on stupid voices for characters, that kind of thing. That's where I kind of come into my own. And some days it's super hard. It's super hard to wake up and just go, you know what, I'm gonna make a video today. I'm gonna do this. Like, it can take a lot to, especially as there's this big perception that in order to make it big as like a woman on Twitch or in any kind of media based outlet, that you need to be pretty and you need wear lots of makeup and show off lots of boob and things like that. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person that sits there in the super low cut tops and is all like, oh, look at me Game Boys and things like that. I want people to like me for my streams, like me for my personality, like me for the entertainer I can be, for the person who puts on those stupid voices when she's playing characters or makes ridiculous freaking comments. I don't want to feel like I have to put full makeup on every day that I stream if I'm not well. I get that obviously I am marketing myself, but I want to build a community where how I look and how everyone else looks doesn't matter. It's what we're doing that matters. It's the fact that we would have this community where people could go to feel safe and watch some video games and talk about video games and things like that. And so that's eventually what I want to do. This is causing a little bit of a setback, because I honestly don't know how this medication is going to affect me. Last time I was on antidepressants, it totally zombified me. I was barely able to function. I would literally sit and stare at a wall. It was horrible. I was during my time at university, during my photography degree as well, that like if I knew I had a critique coming up, I would have to not take it for 2 days in order to function coherently enough that I could get through my critique. Especially as critiques at my university were brutal. Totally get why they did it, because, you know, the art world is a very unforgiving one at times. But they were brutal, totally brutal. And it was very hard to get through things like that when I was on the antidepressants. And I'm really worried it's going to affect how I come across on stream. That I will come across in a less positive light, that I will come across as uninterested. I suppose, because that's how it's affected me in the past, that I have lost interest in things, which I really don't want. So yeah, it's going to be a daily vlog about the effects of medication, predominantly because I want a record, and kind of how I'm feeling, any kind of coping mechanisms that I find myself coming up with, and things like that. So it's just going to be a little, very personal, very raw, very to the heart kind of vlog, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, thank you for listening to me ramble on for the last 15 minutes about myself, because that couldn't have been the most interesting thing in the world. There's nothing even affiliated to my channel on here, really. It's not, I'm not overly talking about games or geeky culture. It literally was just me. So yeah, let's see where this goes. Thanks, guys.